One thing we need to know also how to find the inverse and how to find the composition of a function with respect to its inverse. Okay, anybody remember how to find the inverse? F of x equal to 2x plus 4. What is the inverse? What's the first step? I can write y instead of f of x in this case. That's the same as saying y is equal to 2x plus 4. Anybody remember the first step to find the inverse? Nobody got that far yet? To find the inverse, what do we do first? Anybody?
I'm just guessing because I don't think I'm at that point, but you just change the sign on everything?
Okay, not the sign. You're kind of close. Catherine, do you know the first step? Anyone else? Elizabeth? Renee? Anyone? Okay, the first step is to exchange the position of x and y. Everywhere you see x, you put y. Everywhere you see y, you put x. That's the first step. So if I do that here, I would get x is equal to 2y plus 4. And then we simply solve. The second step would be to solve for y. Okay. So to solve for y, I have to subtract 4 from both sides of the equation here. So I get x minus 4 is equal to 2y. How do you solve for y now? Anyone?
Divide by 2.
So that is the inverse. Sometimes they show it as y to the power of minus 1 or f to the power of minus 1 of x. So all means they're inverse. So the inverse of 2x plus 4 is x minus 4 over 2. Or the inverse of x minus 4 over 2 is equal to 2x plus 4. When you have two functions are inverse of each other, the position of x and y on the graph would switch it around. Let's take a look at that. If I have y is equal to 2x plus 4, if I find a couple of numbers here, if x is equal to 0, what is y? Anyone?
4.
4. Okay. If x is equal to 1, what is y?
Uh, 6.
6. So when you look at this inverse, which we already find here is x minus 4 over 2. Okay, now if I let x equal to 0, if x equal to 4, what is y inverse? If x equal to 4, anyone?
0.
Yeah, 4 minus 4 would be 0, 0 over 2 would equal to 0. You see how it's switching the position of the x and y here for its inverse? Okay, if I put 6 here, if x equal to 6, what is y?
1.
Yeah. So it would be 1. So this is what I mean by two functional inverse of each other. The position of the x and y switches around here. That's how you can know they're inverse of each other. Now, if I find the composition of f respect to its inverse, anybody remember what is this equal to? If it is, what we should get here? Okay, composition is f of f inverse means f of f inverse of x. Okay, f inverse of x is given to us here. We know what it is now, is x minus 4 over 2. So f of that, to find f of anything, we have to go back to what f of x is. F of x is given to me as 2x plus 4. F of x minus 4 over 2 would be substituting for each x this stuff here we have. If I substitute for each x, x minus 4 over 2, that would be f of x minus 4 over 2. So let's do that. So f of x minus 4 over 2 is equal to 2 times x minus 4 over 2. You're substituting for each x here, x minus 4 over 2 plus 4. So if I reduce this, what do I get? If I reduce them, the 2 cancels each other out. This 2 and this 2 turns to 1. So you would get x minus 4 plus 4, which is equal to x. So if two functions, the composition of that would be equal to x, that verify that those two functions are inverse of each other. So in other words, if I have two functions, f and g, if composition of f with respect to g turns out to be equal to x, that means f of x is inverse of g of x, or g of x is inverse of f of x. So this is how you can verify if two functions are inverse of each other. So here we just had two functions already. We said f of x, in this case, is equal to 2x plus 4, 2x plus 4, and we have another function, we call it its inverse. Well, let's call it g of x, which we already figured here is x minus 4 over 2, x minus 4 over 2. Now these two functions are inverse of each other because we just figured f of g of x equal to x. Does that make sense? Anybody can follow this? Can I see a check mark in front of your name if you see what we're doing here? You really need to go back and view more sessions on inverse functions. You have a complete lecture on that under that chapter.